how we saved a ton of money by buying luxury vehicles.
We gave y'all game on our end of the year tax planning, and one of the things that we were going to do to save money on taxes was to buy a Sprinter. So we actually bought 2 Sprinters, one for Atlanta, one for New York. Sprinter's finally here. So come inside, I'm going to give you the game on it. I'm going to show you the inside, I'm going to give you the game. So you see, living in luxury, riding good, but more importantly, it's a play behind it. So the 6,000 pound rule we talked about, that's the IRS gives you a large deduction if you purchase a vehicle for work, if it's over 6,000 pounds or under 14,000 pounds. So this definitely fits this criteria. It's over 6,000 pounds. We utilize it for work because it's transportation to and from business. And when we're not in town, we're actually going to rent it out for people that need Sprinters. You see, we're real big on branding, so we got EYL University all over it. So that's something that's very important for us. So when we're looking at, things to do with our money at the end of the year, of course we could have just spent the money and just, did a helicopter ride or bought a Lamborghini, bought a Rolls Royce, but we said instead we're going to still ride in luxury, do something that we really need, save money on our taxes, but also make money by starting a new business. So it's a double-edged sword. We get to save money on taxes and we get to actually create a business all in one.
The best way to make money is to be the first, the best, or the only. And so I look for that. If I can find you to be the best, the first, or the only, that intrigues me. But I also find out, man, if you're feeling a need, because need is need creates a lot of inventions. You know what I mean? Based out of need. So I look for those 2 things, man. And then I turn it over to my team. Because I'm not really that smart when it comes to that, but I have guys like you mentioned, Tabiti Stevens and, Brandon Williams and Christelle Cease. I have a team of people, man, that I put on projects who are experts at researching, finding out market value, getting the story behind you, and then running these background checks. And once my team vets it and then bring it back to me with their recommendations, I usually listen to the recommendation, but sometimes I go with my heart, which ain't never been wrong, when I trust it. So sometimes I just go, okay, well, we think you ought to put 250,000 in. And I say, no, I think we ought to put 5 in. And then they take a deep breath and they go, okay, that's crazy. And then, that's how it starts.
A lot of times we lack unity. And it wouldn't have had $1 billion valuation if each member was a solo artist doing their own thing.
Facts, yeah.
So it's like you got, how many members is in Phase?
We're 80.
So you have 80 members, and like you said, now it's a collective. Everybody's doing their own thing, but it all kind of falls under the umbrella of Phase.
Yeah.
Phase, gives them support, but also they're part of the revenue share because they give them exposure. And now, instead of one person getting a $10 million deal, one company has a $1 billion valuation.
Yes.
So there's power in collective economics.
But I wouldn't really recommend any platform to keep your coins on. You want to take your coins off, and I know we got a few different classes on EYL University and even on YouTube about that, where you want to have like a nano ledger, where you actually are keeping your coins on. From a security standpoint, that's probably the safest. It definitely is the safest way to go about it. It's more complicated, and it's keeping it on like a Coinbase is easier, but it's also more dangerous too. And there's a lot of different things that can go wrong with that situation. So I wouldn't really recommend. I mean, it's good to like you could just buy the coins there, and then you can take them off. So that would be my suggestion. I wouldn't necessarily recommend like any one platform over another. I feel like having a wallet and keeping possession of the coins yourself is the best way to go about it. Like I said.
First step is your problem statement. So please note that it's not a business idea. Okay. Problem statement.
Problem statement.
What type of problem are you trying to solve and for whom? So for Black Upstart, it would be Black entrepreneurs have a problem starting businesses that create jobs.
Gotcha.
Normally, entrepreneurs get hung up on the first process because they want to tell you about their idea. That's their baby. And so we say you need to divorce yourself from your idea, talk about your problem, and your problem should be broad enough so that there are several different solutions that can address that problem. Number two is called investigation. And what that is market research. And so with market research, what you do is you look at other companies that are solving that problem. And you look at a few things. You see if they're a SME, we talked about that earlier, a small, medium-sized enterprise or innovation-driven enterprise. You look and see if they have employees because you want to know if the business has scaled. And you look and see if they have, if they sell products and services. After that, you list 5 things that you like about that company and 5 things that you would change. And each of those items on that list should address the problem that you're trying to solve. Now, when you move on to step 3, which is called the idea expression, you use the 5 things that you would change to create your unfair competitive advantage. So for Black Upstart, we looked at other businesses that were training entrepreneurs, and we realized that businesses weren't really saying that I want to train Black entrepreneurs. They were dressing it up in coded language.
We've always used the buzz terms of like education is wealth, which is very true, but I'll even take it a step further. It's like the true currency is energy. When you apply those two together to where you're putting energy into understanding and the know-how and giving the game. It's what we're doing right here. It's what you guys are doing on a daily basis from your shows, your podcasts. You're offering education. You're offering information that is invaluable, that will go on, like somebody's gonna be watching us sitting here 20 years from now. And all of this information is valuable. Like I always say, content is king, but true educational content is king. Like entertainment is fun. Everybody gonna wanna sit back and turn their mind off, but when it's something that allows you to grow and shows that not only I took that and I became better, I became richer, I became, wiser through this process. If I can implement that